Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Microsoft Flight Simulator in virtual reality. And today the virtual reality experience has changed immensely by a simple set of scripts created by some fantastic users. So stick around and find out more about this. One app designed to do it all. Hangar Control brings everything together. Control bindings, hardware configuration, mod and profile management, application launching, add-ons, config files, and more, all managed from a single application. Mods Hangar goes beyond just mods and add-ons. It manages profiles, config files, text files, backups, snapshots, and helps keep your community folders clean and organized. Application Hangar launches your entire sim stack with a single click. Your Stream Decks are fully controlled through the Hangar Control plugin, while all of your other Stream Deck plugins remain active and available. Built by a simmer for simmers, Hangar Control adds new features and hardware support every week based on community feedback. It's a one-time purchase with lifetime updates, no subscriptions. You can try it for free for 5 days with no restrictions at overkillsimulations.com. Just create an account, head to your account page, download the latest version, and get started. And if you're looking for in-depth Microsoft Flight Simulator aircraft tutorials, check out my Patreon site. Links to Hangar Control and Patreon are down in the description below. All right, folks, so first up, a big shout out to the VR Flight Sim guy and Shark. I want you guys to make sure that you check out VR Flight Sim Guy's channel. A link to it will be down in the description below, as well as a link to this particular bat file. It's very, very simple, guys. You simply just drop a batch file. Let me see how I've got this going right now. Let me add something here for you guys can see it. But it's a simple batch file. There's nothing to it. It's nothing fancy. You simply add it, you run it, and you're good to go. And it even has you select what you want to fly. So let's bring this up over here. It's going to be huge for a second, but that works out because that's actually what I want you to see. So you can see you've got the VR Auto Optimizer. Like I said, you just download this little file, you double click it, it launches. You select the number of flight sim that you wish to use, whether it be on a Steam version or on the store version, MSFS or DCS World. We'll be testing DCS World with it later. And again, big shout out to VR Flight Sim Guy and Shark for creating this awesome little tool. All right, let me shut that guy back off. We don't need that. And so now we're just going to get into it. You do need to leave the window open, but you can minimize it. You can do whatever you want to do, but you just don't want to close it. So let's switch on over to VR and see how the game has changed for all of us. So getting the old Pimax Crystal Super on. And again, we don't rock the 5090s, 4090s. We're just pulling a nice RTX 4080 here. Let me scoot myself up a little bit. I'm a little far away. There we go. All right, now we can hit shift. And oh my goodness gracious. So the idea here is no more stutters. I need to do that. I need to bind that to a key. I always forget. So as I'm looking around, it looks absolutely fantastic. This is extremely impressive. Just trying to get comfortable here. There we go. Just pinching my nose a little bit the way I had it set. So let's get things going. We got Hangar Control started up. So we're going to get our electrical power and everything up and running on our Cessna. And take it for a little cruise around the block. Let's see here. There's a beacon light. Next we want the nav light. Let's check. Parking brake. We'll go ahead and release the parking brake now. I'm just going to... So I always get a ton of stuttering when I am taxiing out on the runways. I notice it the worst. I'm sure you guys probably do too. It always seems to be the most aggressive when you're on the ground. And this is smooth as smooth can be. Can be? It is smooth as smooth can be. This is fantastic. I don't know that it's necessarily supposed to address FPS or anything like that, so we're not looking for that. Ooh, I am taxiing at Mach 4. That was a terrible taxi. Absolutely awful taxi. I feel like I don't have a left brake. I really do. But we're just going to get riding. Little crosswind takeoff. Don't tell anybody. I want to see how it is in the air. That's obviously where the magic happens, right? Airspeed alive. Easy, girl. Easy, girl. Rotate. Bring it right. Bring it right. Bring it right. Bring it right. Hey, what's going on here? Whoa. We were not getting any yoke action out of that. What was going on there? That was weird. Oh, you know what? I know what happened. I trimmed it way back when I got in the seat. Yep, there goes my trim coming up. All right, so this is the kicker. This is where it's all at. Don't mind the incredibly terrible takeoff example. At the very least, it gave you some excitement, right? Like, what is this clown doing? We are having some issues, though. What is going on here? It's windy today, but it's not that bad. I didn't think it was that bad. Whoa! Maybe it is that bad. Woo, buddy. Something tells me we're in for it today. Looking out the window. Not a stutter to be found. Not a stutter to be seen. I can turn my head. I know it's going to be really obnoxious for you guys in VR. I usually try to keep my head like this, but I'm going to move quickly because that's where you'll notice things, right? It's usually when you do things like this, maybe you're glancing down, you're picking your head back up, you're looking for an airfield, you're coming around, you're doing things like this, right? Coming around, you're looking at your gauges. That's when you're going to notice these kind of things, right? That's when you're going to get that real bad pull. So for testing, by the way, we are on a 7900, either 7900 or 7800. I have two machines, guys, so now I'm mixing the 7900, I think, X3D. We are on the RTX 4080, and we are using DLSS 4.5. I got to be honest, guys, if you're doing anything that supports DLSS 4.5 and you're not using it, you are making a mistake. And we are in the Pimax Crystal Super with smart smoothing enabled, and it is just crisp as crisp can be. It's gorgeous. There's some shimmering and things that I can see on like where I'm pointing to it, like you guys can see it. Can't you guys see what I'm pointing at? Come on, pay attention. Where telephone lines are and things like that. That is DLSS still talking. I know it is DLSS and smart smoothing. That has nothing to do. That's not a stutter. Okay, that's a graphical shimmer. That's different. So I'm not worried about that. I know exactly what these guys fixed, and they did a fantastic job. This is crisp. All of gauges and everything like that maintained. So no graphical impact to this. No concerns about any kind of distortion or anything creative right there. What they did is they've reduced the amount of processes that are running on the back end. There are a lot of processes that run with Windows. Whoops, kick the rudder. That run with Windows in the background that can cause a lot of problems and headache. And then as soon as you close the script, the batch file is reading through it. It looks like it returns everything back to the way it was. So they've really done an absolutely fantastic job. Really, really impressed. And to Shark and VR Flight Sim guy, I'm going to reach out to you guys directly if you guys happen to see this video. The other thing I'm going to ask for is if I can integrate this with Hangar Control. I think this would be a great tool, something that they could be fired off. And if they're cool with that, we'll throw it in there just to have one more fantastic tool involved. This is great. Like I said, nothing, absolutely nothing. No matter where I look, how I look, nothing. It's smooth as glass. I really hope OBS is doing a good job of picking that up correctly, because it is, like I said, no qualms about this whatsoever. I am blown away at how good of a job they've done here. Great research, great effort on you guys, because that kind of stuff, I can tell you guys right now, that took a lot of research to figure out what was doing what. I can only imagine the headache that generated for you guys pulling this together, but this is beautiful. And can't think of a better headset to match this up with. If you guys are interested in anything from Pimax, make sure that you guys check out the links in the description below. You guys can save a little bit of money with a coupon code. This is again on the Crystal Super with an RTX 4080, and between now this amazing batch file and the DLSS 4.5 and the Pimax Smart Smoothing and the advances that have happened there, it is a flawless experience. I am thoroughly impressed with this. Very thoroughly impressed with it. Let's go to the boneyard for a second. Let's go to the storage yard. We'll go tool around there for a second, see if there's anything we can break. Whoa, got some wind gusting, that's for sure. You know, now that I'm thinking about it, I'm gonna do something real quick. I gotta know. Oh yeah, never mind. It is windy as hell outside. I'm looking at the trees in the backyard and they are blowing like hell. So disregard all that nonsense. Oh wow, we've been running at full throttle this entire time. Not worried about the mixture. I mean, we can pull it back a little bit, but I'm not too worried about that. We're only at 2,600 feet. Not much to write home about. This is beautiful. What a beautiful experience. Great job, you guys. Like, seriously, man. Fantastic work. This is extremely well done. Like, I am amazed. Not a single one. I have not experienced a single stutter this entire flight. And that was something that I decided was just part of VR. I just realized, let's gotta flip that over for now. How are we doing on power? Everything looking good? Kind of plane felt a little weird there for a second. Look at that. Don't want to get too low. Have them send the squadrons up after me. This is the largest aircraft storage yard in the world. This is A-Mark at Davis-Monthan Air Force Base, Tucson, Arizona. Hercules there. Can't tell if those are the Poseidons. What we got there? We got old Buff down below us, the B-52. More Hercules. I'm pretty sure those are the Poseidons. I'm getting a little lower, trying to get a better look. Sub Hunters is what I think those are. It's like a C5 Galaxy there. Looks too small to be a C-17. You ever think that you would put those two words in the same sentence? Too small to be a C-17? Globemaster, she ain't exactly an aircraft to scoff at. What a cool flight. Great job. You guys did a fantastic job. Highly recommend this. Super, super simple to run. So again, use the link in the description below. Download the batch file. It will tell you to copy the code into a text, but you don't need to. Whoa! What was that about? You don't need to. You can click where it says code when you get to the GitHub. Click on the word that says code. And then up in the top right, there will be a little icon that looks like the download icon. From there, you can download it. All right, we're going to go try to land in this mess. This is a little scary, I'm not going to lie. These winds are brutal. Let's bring it home. We're going to come in for a base turn approach here. Just come in right on the base. Suppose I could be somewhat professional and turn my lights on. This is the smoothest experience in VR I have had in such a long time. Like, this is peaceful. It's if that makes sense. Like, and it doesn't matter what headset you used. These problems that they have resolved with this batch file, they existed across the board. You know, I've got the Quest 3, I've got the Crystal Light, I've got the Crystal Super. We've got another one that we're about to review this week. And this is beautiful. Well done, guys. I really hope you guys see this part of the video. I'm thoroughly impressed and overjoyed. This is really nice. All right, we're gonna go ahead and start bringing in some flaps here. Trimming nose down, trim nose down. More flaps. She really wants to come down. There we go. Let's get that mixture back into full. And on the power. A little high. We're a lot of high, actually. Space shuttle approach. That's what my dad used to call them. Full flaps. What's your descent angle? About 12 degrees. I was not watching my altitude. Honestly, I like the space shuttle approaches. I like a steeper approach. Oof. Come on, baby. There we go. Come on, line up on center line. Let's get on center line. Come on. Got my target just in front of the nose. We're crabbing. Come on, come over. Come over, baby. Come on. Ooh. Oh, not good. Not good. I don't even know how those got turned back on. Damn it, that happened in the last video and I forgot to turn them off. I don't think ever in my entire flight simulation career have I ever used taxi arrows. Well, guys, again, even down here on the ground, you know how if you fly in VR, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It is very common during takeoff, and then when you come back to landing, that you get this huge burst of stuttering and just garbage, really. None of that happened. Like, it was just smooth all the way through. What a beautiful script. Great job, guys. Great job. Anyways, folks, I hope you guys rush out and grab that. It is absolutely worth the grab. And again, with the combination of DLSS 4.5. By the way, I get asked a lot. I'm still just using preset M. I haven't had any problems with it. I might play around with a couple different presets, but kind of just set it and forget it ever since the day I installed it. Yeah, it's been a great experience. Don't forget Pimax Crystal Super or the Crystal Light. Fantastic choices of headsets. And what's really nice about them is they don't require any kind of base stations. And of course the Crystal Super with all of its super features. Make sure that you guys check the link in the description below if you're interested in getting into VR. Definitely worth it. And definitely give VR Flight Sim Guys channel a peek, a like, and a subscribe. As always, folks, stay safe and healthy, and I'll see you in the next one.